fans just received some news today that's a little bit bizarre. And now the Falcons have just made headlines after Ray-Ray McCloud was essentially dismissed by the team and sent home. Now, this will be the second straight game where McCloud is a healthy scratch, and the situation is kind of raising a lot of eyebrows to the fact that I have never seen this before. Now, head coach Raheem Morris talked on the situation, and he said this. Essentially, quote, "I sent him home. Excused absence. He's working through some things right now that are private with the young man. We'll figure those things out as we go," end quote. Now, here's where it gets interesting. McCloud was really close to former receivers coach Ike Hilliard, who was fired after the brutal 30-0 loss to the Carolina Panthers back on September 21st. So a lot of people are naturally saying, are those two connected? But Morris quickly shut that down, saying, quote, "Not related at all. This is between Ray-Ray, the organization, and us. It's just more of a football thing that we've got to get straightened out," end quote. Now, when pressed a little bit further, Morris wouldn't say if this was disciplinary. He wouldn't even commit to whether McCloud would be back on the team, only adding, quote, "Don't know. We've got to work through those things. It's a private matter for the organization and the player," end quote. So I ask you this question. What does this mean? And in this video, I'm going to try to break it down and try to understand what is truly going on right now. Now, McCloud played in the Falcons 4 games this year, hauling in 6 catches for 64 yards and 4 first downs. Nothing spectacular at all. But he had solid production for a depth receiver. And last year, he posted career highs with 62 receptions and 686 yards. That's honestly pretty good, and that's something that you don't want to lose too often. So for him to suddenly be excused from the team with no clear explanations feels like there's a lot more to that story. Now, my first initial thought was Ray-Ray was about to be traded. But based on Morris's comments, it feels like it might be something internal that compromised the Falcons' winning ability and their confidence in him. Now, we don't know what that is, and I'm not going to sit here and speculate too far, but the fact that Morris is calling it a football thing tells me that there was some type of issue behind the scenes. Was it play-related? Was it him not giving effort? Was it helping other teams against the Falcons? I don't know. I'm not going to speculate, but it just seems odd. Now, this hurts Atlanta in many ways. Number one, even though McCloud wasn't putting up huge numbers, his speed and playmaking ability gave the Falcons another dimension. And losing him leaves a noticeable hole at wide receiver. And with Michael Penix Jr. needing as many weapons as possible, this couldn't come at a worse time. And to make matters tougher, the Falcons are now faced with a decision. Ride it out with the current wide receiver group, or go look for another current wide receiver who can replace McCloud's explosiveness. Now, for those wondering, okay, let's just say we do have to replace Ray-Ray McCloud. I'm about to talk about what comes next. Now, if the Falcons decide to move on, there are a couple names that make a lot of sense. Number one, Jalin Hyatt for the New York Giants. Now, Hyatt is an explosive wideout who can stretch the field but just hasn't gotten recognition he deserves with the New York Giants. He's fast, he can take the top off, and he'll slide perfectly into that wide receiver 3 role for Atlanta. Hyatt feels like a low-risk, high-upside addition. Or the second person that can replace Ray-Ray McCloud is Tyler Johnson of the New York Jets. Similar archetype as Hyatt, fast, dynamic, and simply hasn't been given a true chance in the Jets offense, but Johnson could be another cheap pickup who provides exactly what Ray-Ray McCloud was supposed to, speed and explosiveness. Now, both of these guys are younger, cheaper, and don't come with that high asking price like a big name like Jalen Waddle would. And so those could be potential targets for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I will say this whole situation is very, very weird. There's no doubt about it. Anytime you hear about a player being sent home and the coach is not even guaranteed if he'll be back on the team, that tells you that there is a lot of smoke behind the scenes. Now, the Falcons may ultimately have to move on, and if they do, names like Hyatt and Johnson could be realistic replacements to give the offense a much-needed boost. And I will say this. once again, I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to speculate. But it had to have been pretty bad or something bigger than just a dispute on Ike Hilliard being fired for them to send him home from practice. They're paying this guy. They're trusting in this guy. And at the end of the day, all of their jobs are on the line right now. And if they feel like Ray-Ray McCloud can give them a chance to win, I think they would overlook something as small as a dispute about a coach being fired. So I think this has to be something bigger. I don't want to speculate. I don't know what it is, but it has to do with something of the fact of he is jeopardizing the Falcons' ability to win games. I don't know if what he's doing to jeopardize that, but it seems like it's a bigger issue, and I don't know if it will ever get released or ever come out, but yeah, this is not a good look for not only Ray-Ray McCloud, but the Atlanta Falcons. But I want to ask you this question. What do you think happened to Ray-Ray McCloud? Leave it in the comments down below. Do you think it's something minimal? Do you think it's something bigger? Let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And if you want to see more videos like this, check this one out right here. And like always, peace.